One of the things that we can always do, and I highly recommend, is investing in good quality locks and doors. And so what we want to do is we want to look a little bit at some of the things that we want to look for here in the doorway itself. First of all, what we want to make sure is any door we have on the outside, we want to make sure it's a solid core door versus a hollow door. Most of your reputable builders are going to put a solid core door on the house itself. And so we've already started with a good starting point. Unfortunately, we don't always invest in the best locks and hardware themselves. Some specific things that we want to think about, number one, is where this door closes. This door is actually designed, if you'll see, it's got both a normal door catch, and then it also has a single cylinder deadbolt. And so when we look at that and that door is closed, we're actually making contact with the door in two places. This is the normal part, this is the normal doorknob, this would be where the deadbolt is. A couple of important things to think about though is this. Generally the screws that hold these strike plates in have come with the plate itself, and so they're only about 1 inch long. These screws actually need to be 4 inches or greater so that they go not just through the 1x4 frame of the door itself, but all the way into the hard framing work, the framing of the house itself, into the 2x4 structure. If I don't do that, then it's very easy for me to kick this door with enough force that all I'll end up doing is breaking out this part of the frame. If I go all the way in, now I've attached it to a much more secure and a much more stout place to secure this door itself. Another thing we want to look at, of course, are the main hinges that hold the door itself. A couple of thoughts in this area too. We go back to that ideal of something that's 4 to 6 to 8 inches in length, and we want to put, in this case there's 4 here in this door frame hinge, so I would probably want to at least put half of those screws at that 4 to 6 to 8 inch length versus that short 1.5 to 2 inch screw. I want to get past the door frame itself and into the heavy construction framework of the home itself. Another thing that you can look for on your door frames and stuff is on your hinges, reach in the side and see if that plate is flat. And if that plate in the center of that hinge is flat, it doesn't offer me as much protection as some other hinges that will actually have a small pin and a hole on the opposite side, so that when the door is closed, that pin actually goes into that hole, which makes the hinge itself more stable, and it also makes it harder to get the door out of the framework itself. So those are some things that we want to look at here in addition to our deadbolts. One thing that we do want to talk about is on our deadbolt, we want to make sure that the manufacturer, the home builder, has put a deep enough hole in this side of the door frame to accommodate the throw of the deadbolt. So we want to make sure that this deadbolt will go all the way into the door frame without hitting the bottom or bottoming out in the door frame hole. So a good way to do it is extend the deadbolt, find you something, measure it. So this is how far that deadbolt is going to go. I should be able to get all the way into the strike plate with no problem without hitting the back. If you actually notice, the depth of that strike plate hole is actually greater than the throw of the deadbolt by at least about 1/8 to 1/4 inch. So this is really a well set up deadbolt.